When you think about higher consciousness, the higher consciousness is that which controls the avatar. You're not the person in the game, you're the person controlling the game. That's the higher consciousness. So there's a lot of people who are in the game, right? They're not taking a look outside of self to control self. They think of themselves as the flesh. That's not you. You are the controller. You are the higher consciousness. You get to have an overview. But the only way you can do that is stepping outside of self. Peace, family. This is 19 Keys, and you are watching the Dr. Shawn Smith channel. Tap in. Consciousness is awareness. It first starts with self-awareness, knowing who you are. Higher consciousness is how we become aware of all things. It's not even so much about the interpretation of science or any of those things. It's all about the unseen world, understanding your soul. Life is a game. If you ever played a game, back in the day it was like Sims, but life is a beautiful game to where if you think about Brother Shawn Smith as a character and you want to take that character through character development, you have to play the game in order to get that character to be developed. If this character goes into this environment, they get experience points. Now, if I introduce this character to different ideas, they can understand it. The powerful thing about life is I look at it as if I'm playing the character, my own avatar. I get to put myself in certain situations. I get to take it through certain education, certain environments. I can't be mad of not completing a conquest because I didn't take the character through that development. When you think about higher consciousness, the higher consciousness is that which controls the avatar. You're not the person in the game, you're the person controlling the game. That's the higher consciousness. So there's a lot of people who are in the game. They're not taking a look outside of self to control self. They think of themselves as the flesh. That's not you. You are the controller. You are the higher consciousness. You get to have an overview. But the only way you can do that is stepping outside of self.
I love how you said that. The only way you can do it is by stepping outside of self, the very process we could call enlightenment, right? The process of understanding that, oh no, I'm not just a person, I'm actually something beyond that. And not only that, but I'm able to operate from that which is beyond. The character in the game can only see from the standpoint of that character. It can't see all around, it can't see the next stage. The point is that if you can see beyond that which is just tactile and tangible, then you can recognize that this is a universe that's interconnected, and that when you move, the universe shifts with you if you're in alignment with that higher consciousness. At that point, you want the character to do well. You want your avatar to do well. You can still hit all of your goals, but you're no longer attached. You're able to hit your goals without all of the suffering that comes with the ups and downs, the inevitable ups and downs of life.
Throughout life, as you do that, the reward is the developmental process itself. So if you're making a certain amount of money, you know you can make more. So you are aware of your potential. My formula for the mind is potential, awareness, transformation. The potential is knowing that you have the ability to be high level. The awareness is understanding what skills, knowledge, education that you have that can bring out that potential. And transformation is the process that you can utilize in order to become that potential. If I want to make more money, I could work harder spending time, or I can become more creative. Peace, family. This is 19 Keys. You're watching the Dr. Shawn Smith channel. Tap in. Say you want to make $100,000 this year. You want to break it down to its simplest terms. How much do I need to make per month? What skill do I have that I can exchange for that which I want? So I can say, okay, well, I'm a speaker. All right. So how many speeches would I have to do per month? Say if you're doing one speech per month and you're getting paid $5,000. Now, if you want to make double that, what do you have to do? You have to do two. Double that looks like work ethic. Work ethic doesn't always increase efficiency. So what you want to do is figure out a model model to increase your efficient output without having to do time work. Because you have the speaking skill, now you can do a podcast. Well, that can get you more income as well, because you're going to spread yourself thin at some point in time if you have to do the speaking. So you will lay it out, not only based on what you're capable of doing, what you're willing to do. And it's what most people forget. Creativity right now is probably the biggest key, because instead of spending more time and more energy, now I get to duplicate myself. I get to have omnipresence. So instead of speaking in one place, I can be on social media, on Instagram, I could be on YouTube, I could be on TikTok, I can be on podcast streaming all at once. Now, instead of getting one stream of income, I can have it set up to where every single one of those are doing conversion. You understand me? So now, not only am I making money on one end, I'm converting on all these different verticals. But guess what? I'm doing the same amount of work, because I'm only doing one speech, but now I'm doing it 5 different places. It's only so many places you can be physically in 1 month. But digitally, I can be in multi-places all at once. I can have multiple automation pages on YouTube. That's thinking creatively. Right. Not what to do, but how to do it. Increase effectiveness, looking like decreasing the amount of time, but increasing the distance. So for everything that you want to do, you should have a formula for how to get it done.
I sense that you're talking about the ability to access not only higher consciousness, but the higher level of thinking that comes along with the higher level of consciousness. Because what you just described, this idea of being omnipresent, of doing one speech but having it multiplied out 5 times, that has the DNA of God in it. The idea that God is producing all across the universe all at once. In other words, when your business mirrors the source, you'll be duplicating yourself, generating divine results, mirroring the element of God.
Faith is also the belief in the unseen, and that's why I say it's understanding the essence, because the unseen is understanding the essence of a thing. People understand that the universe is connected from a quantum level, that all things are connected, but you don't have to see it. Quantum physics is the study of the essence of things, how things operate at an atomic and quantum level. And so that's where, for me, faith exists. It doesn't exist in the physical plane, it exists in the unseen plane. Peace, family. This is 19 Keys. You are watching the Dr. Shawn Smith Chip Tap In.
The process of utilizing higher consciousness in order to build outer prosperity. We talk a lot about building internal strength, controlling the mind in order to have inner peace, but there is also something to be said about accessing higher consciousness in order to create the life on the outside that we want, not just on the inside.
I think faith is understanding the essence of God. When you understand the essence of what God is made up of, right? It goes beyond understanding. It goes beyond knowledge. And so where there's faith, there's no fear. Because faith defies logic. Fear is illogical. So when you're thinking on a logic basis, you can become illogical and you can fear things that haven't even happened yet. Or you can have faith in the belief of things that will happen. You're replacing one for the other. Human beings are not good at multitasking. You can't have faith and fear in the same situation. One has to take over the other. Fear chokes choice, because when you're fearful, you're not going to think creative. You're not thinking of all your ways. You become a low-level thinker in that moment. It decreases your IQ. You become stressed, and you're not going to come with multiple solutions to a problem. When you have multiple solutions, you feel free, because it increases your faith, because there's more than one way to get this done. So if plan A doesn't, I can do C, D, I can use multiple ways to get this done. So now you have faith in all of these different areas of accomplishment and possibility. It's like if you got 10 elite soldiers and you got a job where you only need one to get it done. The task could even be damn near impossible. But you got 10 soldiers, you know you got faith. You understand me? That at least one of them can get it done. And so it's the same thing. If you have only one maybe good soldier, or maybe just one good soldier, you may have faith in there, but then fear of, if I lose this soldier, I ain't got no more. And after this, if he can't do it, then nobody can do it. So you're fearful. So high-level thinkers think of multiple solutions to a problem. Therefore, it's hard to be fearful, because you're not thinking of all the things that are going wrong. You think of all the things that's going right. That's what that faith is. Faith is also the belief in the unseen, and that's why I say it's understanding the essence, because the unseen is understanding the essence of a thing. People understand that the universe is connected from a quantum level, that all things are connected, but you don't have to see it. Quantum physics is the study of the essence of things, how things operate at an atomic and quantum level. And so that's where, for me, faith exists. It doesn't exist in the physical plane, it exists in the unseen plane. Fear exists on this physical plane. Fear exists in the irrationality and the lack of belief in self. Fear exists in the lack of belief in God. Because you can't believe in God and fear at the same time, because fear becomes the God. Whatever you fear has control over you. The higher consciousness is no longer controlling you. The monkey brain is controlling you. But when higher consciousness is controlling you, you tell the player to move and it moves. You tell it to think and it thinks. But when fear has a grip, you can't think. You can't move. Whatever you're fearful is making you react based on that fear. And so men of fear are not men at all. Men of fear are boys. You don't become a man till you eliminate those fears. A woman eliminates those fears, otherwise she's a girl. Learning to operate from a place of courage, because courage stimulates faith. It stimulates faith in a way where you can act in the face of fear. So you can say, damn, I'm a little scared right now. But you're remembering your faith in self, so you still walking forward even though the fear is in front of you. It's stimulating your faith so that even in the face of fear, you can continue to act. So I got a new idea. I have faith in myself. I know that I've done something great before. Sometimes you can give yourself a reminder. You can look in the past at stuff you've done. You can look at other things that human beings have accomplished and say, well, I'm made of the same essence as those human beings. So if they did it, then I can do it. Or you can go into your imagination. The fact that I can think it means that it can be done. Or you can just have the ultimate, undying, superior confidence that I know myself and I can confide in myself. I know about the truth of who I am. The truth of who I am is that I'm a human being that goes through the process of development. I'm a human being that has the ability to transform into who I need to be for this moment. So if I've done something before, then I can do something else. And I am here to go through this process of hardship, because if you ask God for something, He'll give it to you. What the dangerous thing is, when you ask for, oh, I want to create a new product, or I want to have, say, God, I want 10x growth. God, I want to be famous. He said, all right. The universe start working. Now, what you didn't realize is the same thing. Looks like a person going to the gym. They say, I want to become big. I want to become stronger. And they say, okay, now that you asked for this, this is the process. This process will come with things that you may not like. Now, you want the outcome, but do you want the process? The process is going to come with pain. That pain means you're going to have to recover from that pain, but once you recover from it, you get stronger. It's going to come with losses. Those losses go feel like they're the end of the world, but they're not. It may come with betrayal. It's going to come with days where you have anxiety, panic attacks, you're stressed. It's going to come with days that you're lonely. And God give you, say, now, you want to try it out to see how I feel? He said, I'm gonna let you see what that feels like for a little bit. He said, no, just give me the success, guy. I said, all right, I was trying to prepare you. Most people, they just jump into it and say, that's what I want. And then when you get on that road, and everything that comes with the process wasn't the glamour of the results. So the glamour of the results is, oh, I get the new car, I get the new house, I get this money, everybody knows me. But the process, if God showed you everything you had to go through, then the question becomes, do you still want it, knowing what it comes with? Because you think that it's a straight line. But no, that's not life. Life is, the lifelines of life go up and down. I think about that when I ask for something. It's not the fact that I don't think I'm going to get it. Do I want what it comes with? That's the more important question.
The very concept of faith is the gateway to higher thinking. In other words, somebody may be scared as hell, may not be able to determine multiple choices, right? Because there's so much in fear, they can't think, their mind is shut down. But by getting into faith first, all of a sudden, those multiple options start showing up. Oh, you can do this, and this, and this, and this. And out of those multiple options, only one seems like it's the one to go with, right? You'll know because there will be a frequency attached to that one, to that decision. And a man of faith and a woman of faith, the process, the challenges that come, they're just speed bumps. They're just a part of the trip. If I know I'm driving from Texas to Tennessee, I know there's going to be some speed bumps, probably some gaps in the road, no problem. Faith has already set the direction. It's already the engine in the truck. We go, we move around and we go. It's not laced with fear, with the same sort of fear that might have stopped you before had you just went in with the world's energy and not that higher level of energy.
The root word of faith in Latin is fides, which means trust or confidence. And so that's why a lot of people don't have faith, is because they don't trust themselves and they don't have confidence. Insecurity comes from fear. But when you're insecure, you don't have trust in things. When you're insecure, you can't build confidence, right? And so that insecurity starts to make you have excuses. Excuses are tools that build nothingness. So when you see a man with nothing, it's because he built it out of excuses. And so we start to say, well, no, it's not perfect. That becomes an excuse, because professionalism is built out of insecurities. It's built out of fear that it's not good enough. When you start to attack the root of your fear, you automatically become more confident. You automatically start to build more trust in self. And therefore, it gives you the power to do the fearless things, to operate within faith. Because now I can trust myself. I have confidence that I can handle whatever it is that's on this pathway. So you start asking for bigger things, more responsibility, to go through darker paths. Why? Because you know your own strength. You know your own power. You have faith in yourself and you have faith in God. And that faith in God means that you are connected, which gives you the anointed power to move forward. That faith in God is just not understanding that God is all powerful. It's understanding that God lends you that power. And that's what makes you powerful when you have faith in God, is that we connected and I can move forward with whatever is in my path.
Man, beautiful, beautiful, Keys. Hey, it's Dr. Shawn Smith. And if that message between me and 19 Keys resonated with you, then be sure to watch this video. I know it will serve you.